I'm looking to see if my channels are up and going. It's hard to tell with Restream, but you know, we'll get it. We'll get it going. I'm gonna go ahead and record too, so that way at least we got that as a backup, right? All right. Okay, so it is now 11 o'clock, and I said I was going to start at 11 o'clock. I'm not going to lie on that. I'm going to keep it as is. So now we're kind of getting in. We're going. So right now I've got, of course, my YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. So if you're there, and I haven't seen anyone yet, but you know, honestly, I'm not putting a lot of stock into this software over here, if it's working or not. So I'm gonna kind of keep it at that. TikTok usually tells me, but there are times I know I can't tell. So I'm gonna kind of go ahead and get into it and go. So last night I was working with some old blocks. Now, one of the things that I wanted to start doing is that I'm trying to get rid of some old sets that I don't need because I'm wanting to actually world build and do a little bit more on that. So if you're wanting to help me out with world build stuff, my link tree has got a hey, morning Travis. My link tree has a ton of stuff there. I've got like a my Lumibricks, you know, affiliate link, which I also put in the chat. But my link tree is actually, and I'll put it down here. Let's see, link tr.ee /TayRayGun. There we go. All right, so that link actually helps me out because it's got like an Amazon wish list of things that I'd want to build. And so, hey, I got some people on TikTok. How are you all? I'm also chatting with YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So if I'm looking like this, and same with my YouTube, Facebook, Twitch people, I'm bouncing back and forth. Two different platforms, two different formats. With that being said, so I do have a link tree. It's link tr.ee /TayRayGun. And that has all my info in it. Socials, that sort of stuff. TikTok, don't go there until you're done. Until I'm done, right? And I'll mention it a few times. But with that, that link will kind of give you like my wish list for world building. So I have like an Amazon wish list of needs. So like clear plates and stuff for oceans. I actually recently got in. It's my 50 pieces of clear. They're plates. No, they're actually not plates. They're tiles with a 1-up stud. So it's 2-to-1 or 1x2s. But I'm kind of getting into the world building aspect of things, and so last night when I was on, I was chatting with Bearded Blue Collar Builder. Yes, yeah, I'm saying it right. Bearded Blue Collar Builder. I was chatting with him for a little bit, and then I went over and I started jumping on with Bricks and Lore. And so I was kind of listening to them. Now, I didn't join in. The reason why is I'm not sure really how much I wanted to put out there, but I got quite a bit done yesterday. So I started building this kind of 70s, late 70s, early 80s style burger joint. And this is going to drive some builders crazy. And the reason why is because this has make it bricks, Lego. I don't even know what else in there, but there's a bunch of generic stuff. But this is kind of for me to start figuring out what I can do, like how I'm going to build things, how I want to tile things, and this is eventually going to be kind of an A-frame sort of joint. And the where is it? It's right here. Yeah. And the Durr Burger, I will end up putting this together, but I probably won't keep it as the Durr Burger for long. What I'm going to end up doing is once I get the roof of this restaurant built, I'll customize this, and that'll go on top. And my goal is, hey, what's up, Em? My goal is to eventually have it to where where I put this together, figure out how it's all going to go, and then I take it into Bricklink. Not much. I'm about to live stream a Lumibricks build. So, hey, I'm trying to sell you on that Lumibricks, right? But I'm trying to get this built up so that way I can figure out, hey, how does this going to work? And then eventually I can put this as a set that you can put together through Bricklink. So, with that being said, I'm going to put this off to the side. We're actually here for our... Let's see, where is it? We're actually here for our Lumibricks set. So we got the newsstand. And the cool thing about the newsstand is the newsstand has a light kit. It's got a little mini figure. It's got all sorts of cool stuff. I've been looking forward to this. Now, I wanted to start that big old Midnight Haunted Mansion. Unfortunately, my wife told me, no, sir, not till your birthday. My birthday's next week. So there's no way I can talk her into putting it together just yet. I gotta wait. But wait, I will. Next week we'll start putting it together. And hey, Bama, how are you? Oh no, Lumibricks are the best, aren't they? They are the absolute best. So if you're here on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, my booklet is up above, my build is right here, and my chat box is over there. So that way you can hit up the links and stuff on your computer, phone. Just make sure you don't leave the build. For my TikTok fans, if you're here with me, and I appreciate that you're here with me, I love all the love, the likes, and everything else you're giving me. My build's here. Unfortunately, I don't have the book and stuff, but I'll try to lay things out so you can see it right here. And if I need to, I can I'll turn the camera just a little bit more so you can see what's going on, besides from my silly face, because, get it, you ain't here for all this. You're here for this. All right, let's get into that build. All right, so much like any other fun hole, which I'm glad they changed the name. We'll call it Lumibricks from here on out. Lumibricks set. This is our Town Life newsstand. And with every box, of course, you got your customer service card. We'll go ahead and open that up. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, their customer service it's phenomenal. Good stuff. I've already contacted them. I had one piece missing in my cowboy camp. Now, this is like set 14, right? One piece that was missing. They sent the wrong piece. They sent it was a 6-up plate instead of a 5-up plate. And so I reached out. They're already getting it in the mail. They're already getting things going. So, good stuff. But replacement parts, customer service, good thing. Lucas over there is amazing. He definitely wants to help you out. Now, it's a smaller set today, so let's get all this out. And our box we'll put over here. Now, usually, like, with some of my, the haunted house. So, the haunted house is, I think, $129 on Lumibricks. And I believe I've got, it's in my profile. Don't do it now, because I don't want TikTok to get mad at me. But in my profile, I've got my link tree. I have a Lumibricks affiliate link there that you can hit, and you can get it there. It's going to be a cool set. That thing is like 2,600 something pieces. And it's either like 109 or 129. It's pretty good. Pretty good. You just followed me? Thank you, JoJo. All right. Let's take a look. We're going to put 4s over here. 2s right there. 2. F we need. 1 we need. 3s. 4s. 1s. 3s and 4s, and then our light kits. And guess what? There's no bag 6, no bag 7, so you don't have to hear me talk about 6, 7 the whole time. I'm trying to drown that meme out. I'm trying to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Trying to get it off everybody's plate. I'm sure people are tired of hearing about it. Yeah, check it out. It's like sometimes I'll be in a light and I try to like type in what I can, and it comes out like. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna think I'm crazy. She's actually gonna think I have lost my mental guidance. So, hey, I'm sorry, but it's like I try to get all my creators. Bama, sometimes when I'm jumping on your live streams, I'm like trying to feed the cats and the dogs and the animals and take care of the kid. I'm like, oh man. So I try as much as I can. I'm on here quite a bit trying to help out everybody. I know last night I was on with Bearded Blue Collar for a while. Well, I was just watching his stream, and then I was on with Bricks and Lore, but I didn't jump on their stream either. I probably should have. All right, here we go. So our book, we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. We got a pack-in list. We got batteries. Hopefully I remember to grab my batteries. Looky there. I think I already made my first mistake of the day, but we'll figure it out. All right, let's go ahead. Let's find bag F and let's put our little guy together. Multitask, so just, yeah. No judgment here. The problem is I'm more of a multitask nightmare. My brain isms don't allow me to multitask correctly, and so it's like, yeah. All right, so our little Lumibricks guy. Now, some people do not like the Lumibricks guys. I personally, I kind of dig them. I'm gonna do this real quick. Hold up. All right, it gets darn hot under these lights, and I turn the AC down so I can stop sweating. Looking for hobbies might be the, hey, here's the thing. I love big brick building. I kind of got into it, and I started doing my own customs. So I'll show it real quick one more time. This is my burger joint I'm putting together. It's out of a whole bunch of generic sets, but I'm actually looking at the build, and I'm wanting to basically replicate this in Bricklink, price it out, and then kind of get the actual put a booklet together and put out the booklet for everyone so they can be able to get it too. And maybe I'll put up for the voting thing. I don't know. It'd be my first set, so it's like I kind of want to be able to build a little bit more, get into it, and not focus so much on just doing like that sort of stuff, but actually kind of get in, build a city, do some other things. And I've been hitting up some YouTubers. I know Digging for Bricks has got a lot of cool stuff that he's been showing. So there's some peeps that I follow that have been helping out. All right, so here we go. We got our little minifig guy. Put him here. I like him. I'll put him up there for the camera. Oh, it looks good up here. So the Lumibricks figures, they're a little bit different. Something I noticed. Most of the time, most people say that they don't like how the Lumibricks hands go because they kind of turn upwards. If you put the hands on backwards, you can actually have them have a little bit more straight hands. And for the medieval sets, if you turn it a certain way and they have the swords, you can line the swords up in their hands so they can hold it with both hands, which is kind of a cool thing to have. With this guy, he's going to be working the registers, so I'll probably have his hands turned out a little bit more like that so he can take care of the newspapers, things like that, clean up. All right, so our extras we're going to put over here. Put it in the back of this truck. I went ahead and grabbed the truck in case I can't find my batteries. All right. Now we've got our lighting bricks that have the wire guides on it. Pulled over there so I can see it in camera. And now we're going to go through all of our lighting kit stuff. This part takes the longest. Okay, so we do have one stud with a light, one street lamp here. Looks like it's got some cool details. Now we'll take everything out of the back of this truck and we'll put it in our bag. Bam, I think you had mentioned that you like to use, I know Bearded also uses the little bags to put everything back in. Like the like any of the like extra arms, things like that. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at our next one here. We got our USB. We do have a routing guide. We'll need that. We do have this little LED light. So it's actually a diffuse, almost like a halogen light. So we want that. Our two wires will need this USB we're going to put up for right now. I'm not going to use USB until I get until I get the city built, and then I'll probably start running wires underneath it and building up layers, things like that. Which I did get. It's over here. I did pick up some corner plates the other day. Uh-oh. My live is redirecting users to purchase products outside of TikTok. Uh-oh, hey. Hopefully you all aren't leaving, because I don't want to get in trouble with TikTok. Don't get me in trouble, please. As far as I know, TikTok does not have Lumibricks stuff available just yet. But hopefully they'll work on it. They'll work on it. I know, oh no, right? That happens quite a bit. I wonder if it's because of the Lumibricks name. You hadn't left? Thank you. All right, so we got our minifig together. This is where we're starting right here. So we need bag 1, F, and then 1 and 2 of our lighting kits. So let's get moving. I'm sure, here's the thing, like with the, with TikTok, and I think even Twitch has got community guideline things that it's like, it seems like on the weekly thing, I consistently have it to where it's like, you're in violation. I'm like, I don't even know what I did, yo. And I don't know if that's because, like, maybe someone is, like, putting it out that I did it or what, but I don't know. I digress. Okay, so 8 by 16, we got 4, that's 8. So 4, 4, 4, and 4. 4 times 4 is 16, so there you go. A little bit of math for you. First thing in the morning. It makes you feel good. Mathing makes you feel good. I know if I told that to my students, they would shake their head, be like, "Yo, Coach L, no, man, no, I ain't doing no mathing right now. It's Saturday. They don't want to do no mathing," as they would tell me. We got 1, 2. Now these are those light 1 by 2. They're tiles, right? I'm learning my lingo. We got a 1 by 2 dark tile and a 1 by 1 stud tile. Haha. Not me though. And then of course we got a 2 by 2 plate. Now this is the light gray plate. Found out plates are the ones that have studs up. Tiles have the ones that are completely smooth. And right now I'm getting a whole bunch of tiles in light blue and dark blue because I'll be putting a harbor together here pretty soon. And I need some blues, so blue, black, white, and tan plates for the ocean floor. And then some clear blue, dark blue, and clear tiles and cheese wedges to make waves and the water on top. So some cool stuff. All right, we do have an 8 by, so we got one of those. Rule of thumb with any of these sort of tiles that you look at and you're like, well, I can't count the studs, see if it's 8. Look on the back. If you got 3, 1 in the middle, and then 3, 7, that is in between each one of the studs. That would be an 8 by tile. So we got 1. We got a 6 by, so you know you'll have 5. And then a 2 by 3. Let's see. 2 by 3 should have 3 of them up. There you go. And then we've got, we need 2 of those 2 by 3s. Let's see. There we go. 1 and 2. I know what's in here. I should sort these, but sorting takes time and I don't want to do it. But it might make builds go a lot easier if I do it. I don't want to do it. And then we have, there's a, here it is. It is a 1 by 2 tile with a 2 stud up. So, that's a good one to have. All right. Seems there's more bags than Lumi. Yeah, so they separate it out. So they do, what is it? They do usually your lighting kit area first, and then they start like with the main area, and then if there's secondary part of the build or like details, they try to break them up in that way. I haven't left. Oh yeah, no, I know you hadn't left. Let's see. Hey, MB2. Hey, Mateo. All right, so here we go. 8 up. We got a 6 up. And then we're going to start building up these areas right here. So we've got 2x3 tile. This one goes here. And then we're going to turn that 2x3 here. Now, a lot of this is going to be probably the sidewalk. And then I believe inside the actual hut for the newsstand, I believe I don't think it's going to be tiled. I think it might actually be open so you can move the character wherever you want. And apparently a lot of detail in there too. So I'm excited for that part. Thank you for the likes. As always, I love the likes. Okay, so we got, I like to call, nope, not the He-Man cross. We need the fan one. So this is like the fan one right here. I call it the fan piece. I'm sure it's an actual name. We got the fan piece and then the one I like to call the He-Man cross. That would go on He-Man's chest. So Lego, if you're listening and you do a mini brick or a brickum of He-Man, which I think you have, maybe you haven't, you should do that as your He-Man cross in the center of his armor. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these corner tiles. We got a 1x2, and then 2 of these 1x1 tiles right here. Okay, let's see, let's count them. We got 1, and then this goes over 1. 1 here. I can see where the where they had that whole thing of, hey, you need to be 16 and up, but honestly, I think some kids could do this, but they might have to have a little bit of guidance, which is nothing bad. My kid could probably do this, but he would need some help because there are some complicated things in there. Not that it's a bad thing, it's actually a great thing. And it's good for securing that kind of young engineering mind. Definitely get some thinking. And we'll say 1 over. This is going to line up right with that corner. Let's see. Does it look like our picture? Yes, it does. And if that's the case, trust in the process. You're on the right path. All right, here we go. Looking to see. Hey, Che Moy, or Che May, how are you? Ah. All right, so let's see a 2x6. Again, 5 up. And then we've got our 1. We got an L tile. We've got an L plate. We've got a corner tile. And then the dark gray, we've got that dark gray plate. So again, plates would be no studs up. Oh no, plates, or actually, let me restate that. Plates have studs up. Tiles have no plates at all, or no studs at all. Right. Okay, yes. So, Jojo, after you're done, don't do it now, because I don't want TikTok to be mad at me. I really don't. I want them to be happy with me. And apparently, I stay in trouble with them. So, I was going to say, after you're all done, I do have an affiliate link on my page and stuff. But don't do anything until after we're done with the build. I do not want them getting on to me and yelling at me. I don't like it when people yell at me. It makes me sad. Not really, but but I do want to keep in good favor with them for sure. For sure. Yeah. Hey, Rosalie, how are you? All right, so this is what we got so far, and I believe this might be, if I think about it, this might actually be the side of the building. This is where it's got like a turnstile for posters. And then I think we're building out this way now. So, yeah, that's about right. Okay, now I would say you could count this as 16 by 16. You could do the whole thing 4 times. However, this is the only other big plate that we got. So you know that this is our 16 by 16. And then, of course, we got a graded tile, a 1x2, and then 2 of these 1x1 tiles. That's going to go way over here in the corner. So 2 up, 1, turn it around, and then 2 right there. One trick I learned, anytime you're dealing with tiles, you want to straighten them up, you take another tile, run across the side there. There you go. And that'll straighten those up so you don't have to worry about it. I'll show you up here as well. So like right here, you want to straighten up those tiles, just run this along the side, and that'll straighten those up. Keep them nice and squared. If you were doing like tiles, I think there's like one, can't remember the company, but there is, it might be, it's not Fantasy. Maybe it is Fantasy. They've got it's an old village thing. And they've got tiles, and they're all kind of sideways. And so, kind of the rule of thumb is if you take like one of these tiles like this, and you run it along the tiles, you could actually diagonally line them all up, which is kind of a cool trick. I know last night when I was doing the tile work on the building, it took a while, and there was lots of straightening up because I had some that couldn't fit unless I pushed those tiles together. All right, so we need two 2x6s. 1, 2. How is everybody today? Everybody doing okay? Everybody doing okay on that end? I'm looking to see if I don't have any chats over here. My buddy Hal is not in just yet. Travis is there. Hey, PJ, what's happening? You doing well? Awesome, man. You were up late. How late did you stay on that stream last night watching? Because I got to a point, I know Bricklore and them, they were going for a while, and I was like, okay, I'm tired. It's like 12:30. It's time for me to kind of cut in. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get up and do my stream this morning. And I promised. And if I don't do what I promised, then I'm not doing good. Say everything's good on Saturdays? Of course. Well, I say that. I say everything's good on Saturdays, but I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel rushed on Saturdays. I shouldn't feel rushed on Saturdays, but I do. All right, here we go. We're going to turn this plate this way. We're going to go 2 down over here with our dark tile. And then we're going to line these 2x8s up. So we got 1 and 2. I think Temu had, it was a brick hammer separator. And I thought, there's a part of me that was like, I'm thinking about getting this hammer brick separator, but I couldn't imagine like, bam, 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 hitting these things. Instead of just using my hands and press them in. That's the Texas way of doing it right there. You don't need no hammer. When we build houses, we use our fist or our foreheads. We're pretty hard-headed. I'm giving Texas too much lore right now. All right. We got 1 2x6. I'm cracking myself up for no reason, okay? I'm sorry. Hey, James, how are you? Let's see. And then we got 2 2x4s, 1 2x2. I'm a mess. Man, I'm a mess. Later on today, so in Denton, we have, it's a 31 days of Halloween thing going on. So I'm actually going to be with my Ghostbuster group later. So I've got like full proton pack, jumper, everything else, but it's kind of raining. And so we reached out to the group. I'm like, hey, just to let you know, it's kind of raining right now. So if we're out, we probably want to bring like some trash bag or something to throw over our proton packs. Who's got Ecto? I wish someone had Ecto 1. So we all have Ectos, but they're all like modern Ectos. There's one guy in Dallas that actually has the Ecto 1, and it's based off the Ecto 1 from Afterlife. We've had him come out and help, but he doesn't want to join. He doesn't want to join our group. He does every group. So there's like 2 groups around here. So we're the North Texas Ghostbusters, and then there's the Ghostbusters Texas Rangers Edition, or Texas Ranger Division, I think is what it's called. And so he kind of goes between 2, but he charges money for it. And I mean, here's the thing. The fact he's got an Ecto, and don't even want to know how much money he put into that. He got every right to charge people to go see it. Because I'm sure that stuff was expensive. I started pricing out just some old cars like a Metro. Just some old gas guzzlers, like little cars like that. that kind of, you know, decent shape that I wouldn't have to put too much to the shop. And costing on that for those old cars and parts, I'm like, dude, there's no way. I'm gonna stick with my brick building because I can kind of afford that. Yeah, it's a good hustle. It would be a good side hustle, but you got to have the money up front for it. I guess I could sell all my brick sets. Hold on, let me give you the stare down. It ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, if you had the upfront capital for that, and you can afford that, man, it would be a awesome side hustle. Yeah, don't. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I am gonna sell probably a few sets today, but they're like, it's like this space shuttle thing that I don't. Hey, take care, PJ. I'll see you later. Okay. Have a good weekend. There's like a few sets that I don't necessarily need or want anymore. So I'm gonna sell like a few sets and like some action figures that are carded I don't need. I'm gonna make a little bit of money, a little bit of scratch. I found a seller on eBay that's got some plates that I need, so I'm gonna try to get those. Hey Mitch, how are you today, bud? So we'll see. We shall see. Thanks, brother. Terry, how are you? All right, so let's see. We're going to kind of go right off here on the end. And it looks like, so we've got a whole bunch of tile work here. I'm going to kind of show you right there. So you got a bunch of tile work here and even here. So I'm working to make sure I get my tile straight. So if I kind of go silent for a minute, the wheels are turning. There might not be a lot going on up there, but the wheels are turning. And I'm trying to get it done. Count 4 by 4 by 6 by. Okay. I got it. I got it. You weren't following me? You are now? I appreciate you. You know that? I like your page. I like your builds too. I hope your kid's enjoying your. Did you get your Haggard back from your kid? Or no, it was Fang. It was Fang. Hey, so what I'm building right now, and I'll show you up here. I'm building the Lumibricks newsstand. So I've got that. We're just on we're actually on bag 1, so we're not that far in. Hey, Finna Dunk, how are you? And Goat Roper Jr. I like that name, brother. I like it. So are you a goat roper? I was trying to talk my wife into letting me get some goats for the house. I was like, I'm tired of mowing. Can we put some goats in the back? And I got the definitive no. And here's the thing, man. When she tells you no, she means it. Don't push her. Don't push her. I've done that. Got in trouble. I don't care for those who are in that relationship, especially my guys. You'll know there's some things you can stand up for and assert your manly. Hey, this is how it's gonna be. But there comes a point when you're in that relationship, you push too far, and you know it. You better start apologizing or get that little Cupid Lumibricks set, the one with the really cute hearts all over it. Get that. I reviewed that not too long ago. Get that for your girl. Let her know, hey, I'm sorry. I pushed, and I was wrong for doing it. Actually, to be quite honest, I'm probably the last person to give you relationship advice. I struggle with everything. All right, so we got the 1x1 tiles. We got let's see, 1x2 tiles. We got some 1x1, 1x4 plates, all sorts of stuff. Here's what we got so far for our build. Now, I have a feeling this is going to be some sort of cover here. This is going to hold some sort of like newspapers. I'm guessing that this might link up like that. Or maybe that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're not there quite yet. But this seems to be the most logical of how it's going to go here. It's a smaller set, so it's not too big. Always earn the brownie points with your wife. Mitch! Oh, Mitch, you were right. Here's the thing. I'm going to admit, you're right. So, because you're not seeing it on the YouTube or Facebook stream over there. But oh, I missed something over here. Oh, that's nothing. That's a stream booth thing. So he says, always earn the brownie points with your wife, then you get more Lego. Laugh out loud. I'm like, I know. I'm trying to earn brownie points because like my plate order for my ocean is gonna be about $38 or so, which doesn't seem like a lot. But I just got the haunted midnight haunted mansion, the newsstand. And granted, I use points, but they're still like $20 here, $15 here, $8 here, nine, and it's like it builds up over time. And then I kind of look back, and she's like, "What happened to all our money?" I'm like, "Oh shit." I had to get stuff for the house. I'm gonna stay in trouble, man. I gotta be a little bit better with our finances. You're earning points for the Lego train set? Yeah, man. I don't know. There's a Lumibricks set that's got the Old West train, and there's also an Insoon. Now I haven't dealt with Insoon before, but I was kind of looking because they have a blue train that's like an Old West train, and the Lumibricks train is green. So I was like, There's a part of me that kind of wants that blue train over the green train, but the green train has all the extra minifigs. But the blue train's got like the water tower and stuff that's like Old West sort of stuff. So I'm like, which one do I want? I haven't checked out the Lego trains yet. Is it like the holiday trains? My guess is it might be actually. All right, so I was right. They do link up this way. Okay, so we need one, and then two of these 2x6s, and it looks like this is going to link up right here. These are going to link up right here and right here. Okay, so that's our base plate so far. Decisions. I know there's a lot of good sets coming out right now. Like I'm definitely gonna have to get the Speed Champions. It's the new Arctic Train. Yes, I have seen it. That thing is dope. It is awesome. I am gonna have to get the DeLorean when it comes out with Marty and Doc Brown. I gotta get that one. That's January, I think, when that comes out. So I should be good. It should be like after Christmas. Maybe I can get like some gift cards. I'll just save it. Make sure I save it for the DeLorean. So we'll see. Hey William, how are you? So far what we got is we do have this. This is our base plate. So this is going to be what holds our newsstand. So it's basically made out of a 16 by 16 and an 8 by 16. So if you do 8 and 16, let's do the math. That's 8 and 16, 24. So 24 by 16 studs. Pretty decent size. Not too bad. I think I got this one. I had it was a $10 off coupon from points that I got. So it is a smaller one. And the thing is so we reached out, JD Brick Builder and I, we were talking one day. And so I was putting the last part of the traveling circus together, which is a huge set. That's like 1,600 and something pieces, or 1,900. It's a lot. So I got done with that, and I was like, it's cool that we got this Old West circus, but now we don't have anything else to go with the circus theme. It's just like Old West, and then the circus, and then Old West. And granted, it's in the Old West theme, but I was like, we should have more. And so I reached out to Lucas. So being with their affiliate program and working with them, I actually reached out to him and was like, hey, what if we had some sets, like kind of like a lion cage, or like smaller sets like the stagecoach that we have. So there's like a stagecoach, a treasury stagecoach, which I got both. Cowboy camp, which is about the size of this. The gold mine, which is a little bit larger, and then the traveling circus, which is huge. And I was like, we need some other smaller sets, because there's some people that are hesitant about spending a lot of money getting into it. And so like some of the smaller sets would really help. And so we were reaching out, and I gave them a few ideas about some things like a lion cage with a couple of torches on the side, like a ringmaster sort of thing that, had like a horse to pull it or something. So he said, those are really good ideas. I'm shooting them over to our design department. So they're working on getting some more sets, and they have already been told that they need more like smaller sets, and so they're trying to work at getting some of those smaller sets made, because I think that they want to make sure that they're getting and capturing quite a bit of people to come in and check out their product, and their product is really good. Like, I wouldn't spend this much time building it, and I wouldn't be on like set 14 or 15 now if I didn't like their stuff. Yeah, no, that well, and they have so the other thing I told them is they don't have a lion in the set, but they do have a bear. So they had a mold from a bear from a cabin that that might be my future. Oh, the train. The cabin that they made a couple years back had a bear in it, and I was like, you could even do a couple bears in a cage, because that used to travel around like black bears or brown bears, and they would tame the bears back in the old west. And I found like old photos of like the carts and how they looked with like the foliage on the side, how they open on one side. And so I'm really pushing for that cart to get made. I just asked that Lucas and Lumibricks, they kind of give they give JD and I a little bit of credit for what we did, or at least give us a set so we can put it together and we can say, I had a hand in this. Woo! We'll see. We'll see. They're probably like, I don't know about this crazy American, crazy Texan American. And then JD is, I think he's over in the UK actually. So, all right, here we go. We're looking at our first lighted piece. We're going to go ahead and unwrap this wire. Now, these wires are fairly delicate. They're not too bad. They're not... I've had some light kits where it's like the brick with the light wire in it, and it's attached to, you know, a big old... It's almost like a 2x2, 4x2 giant stud with a small, tiny switch on it, and the battery's built in. This is not like that. It's got its own battery pack, and the wires are actually pretty decent. But we're going to go ahead. I like to be tame and calm with my wires. I like to unravel them. And then one of the tricks I found is as I'm unraveling it, I will take the meat of my fingers, I'll hold the wire, and I'll pull it so I can pull all the slack out, all the kinks, because you don't want the kinks to bust up on you. Okay. Now it says that we are attaching these pieces together. So as we go, I'm going to pull the slack out. This is the first time I've had one of these lamps. That's a good looking lamp. Look at that. That's nice. And then the wire comes out, and you can pull the slack. So when they put it in, it's all separated, and they pull it down to make it go. Hey, bearded blue collar man, Domer, I was just talking about you earlier. It was good stuff, I promise. Promise it was good stuff, because we're part of the Texas Lego builders. Unofficial, people, unofficial, but still in official capacity. You know what I mean? All right. Today, when I go out as a Ghostbuster, I'm actually thinking about gussing myself up just a bit to do my whole Ghostbuster thing with a bit of a flair to it. I got a poncho. It's like a Star Wars poncho where it looks like it's for my Mandalore kit, but it's got a full poncho that I'm gonna throw over my proton pack and everything and hide it up. I'll see if I can't find my hat. That'd be kind of cool if I do. All right, we've got this brick right here. I'm gonna pull this up. So we got a tiny brick here with a groove. There we go. And this will go on top. Now I'll pull the slack out. There we go. All right, and then we got a globe. Now we use the same globe with the traveling circus. That's what we use for our, oh my goodness, it was the Miss Madam's like Oracle thing. So I'm glad to see that we got this part again, because it's a pretty solid part. All right, and then we need 4 of these little studs here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and these are plates, actually, plate studs. or they're like rounded plates. There we go. Nice and decorative. That way you can see it there. We'll look at it right here. Look at that. Nice and decorative. That's going to be solid. And this thing, so it was funny because I think it was Lumibricks. We were talking last night, or I was chatting with him, but he was saying it looked like just LED kind of craziness. But here's the thing: Lumi has a globe over another, barrel stud, a one-up barrel stud that's got an LED light in it. This thing is going to look like a street lamp, and that's cool because that's what we want. We want it to look like it's like something more than it already is. And so the LED aspect, and I can see where he's saying that, most sets that you got like Insoon, those, they look chintzy in that way. But hey, Cassie, but I will say, what's up, Cassie? How are you? Glad to see you're alive. This kid's eating you alive with all the babysitting stuff. Hey. All right. So we need to do our check, our battery check. You all are going to be so proud of me, even though I was unprepared and I didn't check my batteries. Round 2 today. Oh, you got this. You got this. They're young though. They're not. And you work with kids, so you already know. And if you work with kids out there and you already know. Working with kids ain't easy. Being a mom ain't easy. Being a dad ain't easy. You're trying to get with Lego coding, definitely. Oh yeah, dude, Lumibricks is awesome. I love them. I love them. Man, there's a few other sets I'm really trying to get, but the funds right now is what I'm kind of struggling. And apparently they just put out a Bandit, so we kind of get the heads up on all the new sets coming out with our affiliate program. And so I know, so they have the first bandit set, Sequoia Tree Bandit set for Old West theme. So it's a bunch of bandits and a bunch of sequoia trees, and they've got like doing the brick art. Yeah, but I'm looking into that one. I'm trying to decide on if I could get it. Like I said, I just got that Midnight Haunted Mansion. And the bricks are starting to spill out all over the place. Oh, they're neon. So their Cyber City stuff, I really want to get it. And I thought about picking up, I think it was like the Cyber Bus, the Flying Bus, and the Cop Car to start out with. I don't know where I'd put it. Hey, how are you? Straight from Dublin? Well, welcome to Denton, Texas. Glad to have you here. Oh, good old Dublin, Ireland. I've never been... hey, looky there. Lightworks. We'll show it right here. I've never been to Ireland, so it's a place I've always wanted to go. Yeah. That does not look like a cheap LED. That looks like a nice street lamp. That's going to be cool. So, Rids, I don't know if you're on here. Why don't you take back what you said? Lumi's got it, man. They definitely know how to do their LED sets. There was another company I was looking at earlier. I was talking to, found a bunch of their new sets, kind of a new company. It is bright. And I was mentioning, I was like, hey, I noticed that your LED lights in it are kind of cool, but you can use those reverse round plates to stick the wires up on the top. And I don't know if I hurt their feelings or what, or if they're having to translate what I said. You never been to Texas? Hey, if you ever come to Texas, man, hit me up. Let me know. It's a big state, so depending on where you go, if you're in the Dallas area, hit me up. Hit me up. I'll show you where all the good finds are. We'll just skip Dallas. Just come straight to Denton. Old school, old world sort of feel. Denton's the place. That's my town. I love it. But I kind of told him, I was like, hey, you're in Oklahoma? Nice. Hey, that's not far from me, actually. That's probably, I think it's like, 2 hours from where I'm at? I've been over there. We were talking about going to Broken Bow here pretty soon. I wanted to go there because of Star Trek. Yeah, let me know for sure. About? Yeah. Yep, it's about. So I was telling them, I was like, hey, you could use these plates for it. And I'm hoping that they'll kind of listen to what I'm saying and be like, okay. Maybe they'll take me on a program and be like, hey, we could use some insider stuff. Be like, you got it. I'm your man. Let's do this. But I doubt that's going to happen. That's my wishful thinking right there. All right. So, I know I got these tweezers actually with the, hey, thank you. Oh, my dad's calling me right now. I'm going to have to, hold on. Let me send him a message. Let him know. Call you back later. We'll do that. Because I had to let him know I'm actually live streaming right now. So I can't just jump on. Hey, Beardy, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. So this set actually came with the cheese farm from Lumibricks. And this has been, there's basic tweezers, but this has been amazing because when you get up here and you start plugging in these little light spots here on the bricks, these things come in real handy to push that in, and it keeps you from messing up your wires. So these, if you ever get the cheese farm, they're good to have. Keep them around. I keep this. Let's see. I keep the Fun Hole brick separator. I like this brick separator better than the Lego one. And then I've got one. So this one came with my car. I like it because of the way that this separator is up here. It's a little bit sharper, and this actually has helped me get tiles up off the floor. So pretty good stuff to have around. All right, here we go. So we're 23. We should be on. Oh, looky there. We're already on bag 2. For these small builds, I like to get as much as I can done. I don't like to separate it too much. Let's see. Lots of Lego creators talk highly of Funhole. Yes. And here's the thing is, you know, I have a few Lego, like, let's see, still use my fingers. Man, no. Get yourself a cheap brick separator. I don't know. The Lego ones, I had one with my Captain Rex helmet set. And I used it for a while. But I kept getting, like, every time I'd try to pry, like, a brick up, the end of it kept bending off. And I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get things working the right way. So I ended up, when I sold the Rex set, I put the separator in. I was like, goodbye, I'm gone. And I probably have a whole bunch of the Fun Hole separators. I keep a lot of these around. In case I lose one, I have another one. And normally I keep one of these in my pocket. So if I'm out and, like, let's say I head up like one of the Lego stores or something in my area, and if they say, hey, you want to do a build or something like that, I'm like, yeah, I have my own brick separator. I don't want to borrow one of theirs. I got my own. So, and I probably should start writing my name on it, or like engraving my name. Ooh, I could engrave my name and then put like a little skull next to it, or like design a Texas around it. So I make it official. Put my branding on it. Too much, man. Too much. For stickers? Oh, yeah. So did I can't remember. Did I do a thing about the stickers? So I know I put one out where it was, I can't remember his name. I reposted it. He actually used his brick separator to line up the stickers to keep like his finger oils off of it. And I can't remember if I reposted it and if I made a thing about it. But yeah, so using your brick separator for that's game changer for me. Absolute game changer. I never would have thought of it. And that's the thing I like about this community, man. Like, you get enough people working together and like sharing ideas, and then you share it out. And yeah, my thing is there's so many of us, I often forget the names. And so I try to repost whenever I can. And then when I remember, because there's some of you I'm kind of close to now, even though I've never met you, I feel close enough to you, I could say that you're my friend. But there's some people that's like, I'll repost their stuff, but I can't remember their name, and I feel bad. I try to make posts to kind of make up for it after a while. For what Lego charges there should be printed. Yeah. Now, I will say, I did pick up this. So this is on clearance right now. at my Walmart. It was like 16 bucks, and it's normally, I think it's like 22. Printed pieces. So this will probably be one of my like kind of in weeknight builds or something. I've been wanting that donut truck. I got the burger truck, and I think I think you and I were talking about the burger truck on a live one day. That I think I was messaging you about it. Yeah, the burger truck is awesome, and I think it had stickers though, but this one has all printed pieces, which is nice. All right, so we're going to kind of sort up just a little bit here. We've got some cool printed pieces. Let's take a look at these printed pieces. You got People Weekly. So People Weekly, it's all printed up. You've got the Daily Traffic. That cracks me up. You also need an ambulance and the camper. Dude, I want the Lego camper. That's one I'm actually after. You got the retro, and this is the old fun hole. But you got the retro magazine. You've got a letter, which is kind of cool. So you've got some letters. And this is a lot like the letters that are in the Old West sets. Oh, man, there's a ton of these printed tiles. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bet you there's more. 7. 8. Some maps. 9. Oh, man. What's this one? 10. It's the older newspaper. So already looking, we've got 10 printed pieces. We've got 10 printed pieces in one bag. Look, they're going to make me do this puzzle. There we go. All right. I don't know if that takes me out. Yeah, the newsstand. So we've got 10 printed pieces in one bag. That's pretty cool. And for the price that we're getting, it's like, hey, that's awesome. No, this is not my first Lumibricks. The brick by brick. No, this is like number 14 or 15 for me. I absolutely love them. I've done Deer Crossing was my first one. That was my very first Lumibrick set. It's a good set. Deer Crossing, Stagecoach, Old Gold Mine, Sunset Stopover, Cupid. Oh man, Cowboy Camp was one more recent. Treasury Stagecoach. Cheese Farm, which I absolutely love that one. The Hen House. There's quite a bit. There's quite a bit. Oh, your son has. Your son has them. Yeah, no, they're good. They're solid bricks. I would say for sure, like Lumibricks, look, there's some money too. Printed money. So already 10, 11, 12, 13. Good Lord. 13, 14. Okay, so there's already 14 printed pieces in there. That's pretty solid. Yeah, no, they're really good. The prints are amazing. The snap functionality to it is really good. You have most of the Street Fusion, Town Life, and Cyberpunk, and a couple of Steampunk. I was looking into the Steampunk. I also have the introductory like character set that's got the actual Lucas minifig. I've got that one too. I did a speed build of that on the page, which is pretty cool. So we got this. We got our 1x2. So this is like a plated tile. So it's a 2x2, but you've got 2 studs up, and then the rest is tile. So it's a plated tile, but it's a 2x2 plated tile. So, hey, Bricks and Lore, how are you? Man, you all kept me up so late last night. Man, I did not want to wake up this morning. There was a point when I was like, I really got to go to bed. And you all are crazy, man. Opening up that bag at the middle of the night. Oh, man. I was like, oh, I can't do it. Cannot do it. I cannot keep up with you all. You all are like young folks. I'm old now. Actually, in about a week, I'll be 46. So I'm kind of trucking along up there on my dates. Not that there's anything wrong with 46. 46 is like the new, what, 15? Is that what I'm hearing these days? I don't think that's how it works. All right, so let's see. We got more newspapers and newspapers and newspapers. Oh, my. Put that one here. We've got, this goes here, and then another newspaper goes right here. And they don't have it crossing. They have it going right on the edge. Okay. So right there is just a few pieces, and you got all these printed. You're catching up on me? Hey, you know what? You might outdo me, because I think after next year, I'm going to stop aging. At least that's my plan. I'm going to see how that works for me. Hey, Layla, how are you? I'm going to see how it works. I doubt it's going to work that way. So far, like, printed pieces. 14 printed pieces in one bag. That's dope, man. That's pretty cool. We're going to find out where this goes. Got a 2x8 plate, and then let's find all of our tiles here. So we've got, let's see, one of these. I gotta pull this book up, man. Okay, and then a 1x1 tile, it's a 1x2 tile with a 1-up stud, and then a 1x1 tile, right, y'all? And then an L tile. There it is. All right. So I'm going to check to make sure I didn't miss anything on my YouTube, Twitch. No, we got it going. My normal, I wouldn't feel right if my normal Stream Boo person wasn't jumping on trying to get me more streamers on Twitch. And it's always Twitch, too. There's a part of me that I kind of want to drop Twitch, but I don't, because I know that my buddy Travis, that's what he watches me on. So it's like, I'm going to keep it around. Let's see. Hey, thank you for stopping by, Brick by Brick. I'll check out your stuff later. And let's see, do you have a city built? City tour. I do not have the city built yet. Okay, so far I started working on, I'll show you right here. I started working on a 70s style diner. So a lot of the cars, so like I did, it was the Temu, it was like a Temu car that I got that's on the same scale as the Speed for Lego, but it's like an old classic Cadillac. And I think it was Peter Parker and May Parker in there. So what I'm doing is I'm finding all these kind of older cars I want to put in, because Lumibricks has more like the classic cars like this. I've got like the cheese farm and those things. So I'm trying to make it small town and not too big city. So like things like this thing, I might or might not keep this around. The harbor stuff that I have with Mold King is kind of old school look and feel. The boats are old school look and feel. So when I start building the city, I'll probably start with the harbor first. And I know with the harbor, it had a whole bunch of like yellow tiles for the dock. I might actually go back and do some new tiles that are printed wood tiles I found on Amazon. They sell them like in bulk. And so I might look at those tiles to replace the docks with and take some of the peggable pieces out. And I've got to decide, like, when I build up the plates, how far out I want to go, because I also have boats for Mold King that would go in the harbor. And I got like little, I got some minifigs that I think they're all yellow heads, but I'm about to switch them out and do like the actual like skin tone heads and do like just different people. So I've got one boat that's all cops. So they've got like life jackets on. They've got this. I've got a explorer boat that's got divers on it. And then I've got a rescue boat, and that'll actually work with the cop boat. So it's like they'll be together in tandem and probably chain linked together with one person with a gangplank going across, with them moving across on the harbor. So if I do that, I want to probably build like one plate out. So that's I think 32 is the plate. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 2. Yeah, so 32 and 32. So I'll probably build it 32 studs out for the ocean and then start putting the dock about 16 studs in. So like when I build the dock, I want to be able to have the dock there because I got two parts of a dock. One that has a pub and like a fishing area, and then one that actually has like a dry. Well, it's not a dry dock, but it's a dock for like exchanging goods and stuff. It is a nice truck, yeah, and that came with the Sunset Stopover. So that truck is pretty good. So with that, I'll probably build the dock out and then leave enough room for the boats to display and leave a few studs up so I can plug them in and then put like waves crashing up against it. And then I want to be able to put a street level behind it so I can build a street ramp or like a drive ramp going up into the next part of the city. So it's going to be modular. I want to be able to put it on a table that I can move around and build up as I go, and probably be in two sections. I can take apart and store if I need it. So it's going to be a lot of work, but I figured once we get the Midnight Haunted Mansion built, I think I'll start that next week. We'll start looking at building the harbor. Like I had to rebuild it, so that means I'll have to get all the plates and the tiles that I need and then start building up that way. It's going to take a while. It's going to be beautiful when it's done, but it's going to take a while. Hey, Bama. All right, so we've got this plate goes right here. Now, I'm going to hold it up here. It's YouTube, Twitch, you can kind of see what it looks like there. That is cool. So you've got right here, you've got the bottom part of the newsstand. Now, what they did, hey, thank you for the likes. You've got these clear plates here, and then this goes here. So it's almost like these plates are holding the newspapers in place. That's the level of detail that you get with Lumi it's beautiful. I love it. They got some cool stuff. Now, it looks like we got a quill and an inkwell. So we're using kind of the old Golden Knight sort of thing. So you got a quilled inkwell that's going to go here on the end. Our guy he's an old school seller. He likes to use his inkwell, which I had a student. Yeah, Lego does need to upgrade sometimes. I know. So you're working on building a table right now. Just have a basement full of 2x4s. Yeah. Well, so I found what I wanted to do for my table is I was going to get some prefabbed like shelf holder things, so like the ones that are like the cubicle or like the cube holders, so that way I can lay in trays underneath it that have a whole bunch of blocks on it. And then I found some casters on Amazon that you can screw to the bottom, and some hinges so you can actually hinge two together. So if you wanted to build here and here and then sandwich them together, you could, or move it out. So I'm trying to design how I want it to go by looking at some prefab stuff. And normally when I do prefab, so years ago I used to work at a scene shop in Dallas. It was George Mecca Designs, and it was before I went to California. And so what they did is they had we would do prefab stuff for trade shows, where it's like, if you don't know, prefab is where you've got like the put together furniture sort of thing. But what we do is we would take it, we would sand areas, glue in, pegs, use different types of screws. And it was kind of to hold it together to make it last even longer. Because particle board, if it's treated the wrong way, it can break easily. So what we would do is we would, was it Tic Tac World? How are you? So oftentimes what we would do is we would take the prefab stuff and we would make it better. And so all that knowledge that I had from working with them over the years doing prefab trade show stuff, I use whenever we have builds here. And so normally, like, if we had something from like IKEA or Walmart or Target, like just little stuff here and there, these things that we have, sometimes, like we had a bookshelf that we got in California. It's been 20 something years since we were in California, and this thing is still up and going, and we've moved it a few times. So yeah, I found there's some tricks to make that stuff last even longer. And then when we had some of our first stuff when we were married, My goal is to like Bevan Bricks someday. Oh, dude, his city is amazing. Yes, it is. Bevan Bricks. If you haven't seen Bevan Bricks's city, it is the bomb. He walks in that room every time, and it's like, oh my god, he's got a mountain and everything. That thing is awesome. But I found like by just changing a few of those things with the modular, like the put together furniture, that stuff lasts forever if you build it the right way. Yeah, you definitely got to go take a look at it. It's some cool stuff, and I mean, it's just like at Bevan's Bricks, so it's a cool. He's got a cool city. All right, so we've got our. This is a 1x2x2. So when they say 1x2x2, it is a 1x2 that is 2 bricks high. So these are. So we've talked about plates. We've talked about tiles. These are bricks. So when you talk about needing to get bricks,